Welcome to Latinas Unmasked. So our next story is from the subreddit Sure of My Chest, and the title is "My wife won't have sex with me until I earn it back."
Earn it back.
Earn it back.
Okay. Whatever that means. Tell
Yeah,
us
that's
the
a question.
story.
Like, is it sexy or is it bad? I mean, we could interpret. What's the word?
Interpretarlo. You know
Exactly.
what I mean. Interpreter, interpretieren, interprets. Yeah, whatever.
In any language, that word. In different ways. Okay, but let's see. My wife, 34 female, and I, 35 male, have two beautiful children, aged 5 and 8. My wife is a police officer. Oh,
Sexy.
officer. And as such, works long stretches of time. When she's home, she doesn't have the bandwidth to be a wife or mother, and mostly sits in her computer chair, drinks, and watches TikTok. Holding a conversation is right impossible. I can see the pain in her eyes anytime she has to interact with me. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. That sounded quite extreme. To see the pain in someone's eyes when they're interacting with you.
But quite poetic.
Okay.
I could see the pain
Pain
in
in
her
her
eyes.
eyes.
Okay. The last good thing that we had together was sex. Yesterday, she decided last minute not to come to a birthday party with us because I was being annoying for asking her if I could have one Saturday a month to myself. She rolled her eyes and said, "I don't want to talk about this right now." I ended up taking both kids alone, which is always sketchy because our daughter has autism and tends to wander. About 15 minutes into the party, sure enough, my daughter bolted. I had to call 911. The birthday party turned into a search party. It was an absolute mess. I was an emotional train wreck. Thank God we found her about a 45-second walk from the building where we were in. Whoa, damn.
45 seconds.
About a 45-second walk away from the building, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's very precise. Like, not even a minute. It was 45 seconds away from the building. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And that's it? That's the
No,
story?
when my wife caught wind of what happened, she called me a slew of names and then informed me until I got my shit together, she wouldn't have sex with me. My love language is physical touch, so she knows how much this hurts. She's already taken affection away. No more spontaneous kisses, no more compliments, no nothing. So now, no sex too. Last night, I think she was dreaming. I could feel her coming onto me and she put her hand down my pants. Oh. Sorry.
Someone turned on suddenly. Suddenly you
I just took a
remembered.
different turn than I expected. I whispered, "What about your boundary?" She said, "Oh, okay. You don't have to if you don't want to." Then she turned over. I asked when we can have sex again. She said, "When I earn it." I asked how I can earn it. And she said, "By not being a bitch to me and watching your kids."
Roasted. No, but I mean, okay.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's harsh. I'm sorry this is lengthy. I'm in so much pain. How starved can a person be? No intimacy for who knows how long. Thank you for listening.
But is OP a man or a woman?
Yeah, we have the person who writes in is the man, the husband, and it's about his wife. So.
Okay. Because for one second I thought, is this about a lesbian couple? Because
No, it's my wife and I'm 35 male.
Right.
So,
oh my God,
what do you think?
It reminds me. It just made me think. You know how even though the roles remained the same, they just switched gender, you know, taking the woman like the role of the breadwinner and being the police officer who is a macho and so sexist in a way, while the poor man was kind of suffering, you know, dealing with the children with autism and being felt as if he was left alone. And I was
it's so crazy to have it the other way around, right?
Yeah, like I really want to support her, but it's kind of hard because he's being she is being like the macho man in this situation, where she doesn't want to open up about her own emotions or how she feels, and just blaming everything on him. Like,
yeah, honestly, it sounds extremely abusive and toxic.
Yeah,
I mean, sex is something intimate. It's not something that you withhold from someone in order to get something from them, no matter in what context. Honestly, that is such a red flag. That is a huge red flag.
And I mean, he even asked, like, okay, how can I earn it? And she just insulted him, like, wow.
Even more, I mean, honestly, this guy sounds amazing, because not even the fact that he watches the kids and is home alone, which is also amazing, but just the fact that he wanted to have sex with her. She was coming on to him, and the first thing he said was, what about your boundary? I wanted to make sure that this is something you want to do. And she got offended by it. And then tells him that he has to earn it back by doing something that he's already doing, watching the kids, but also then by not being a bitch to me. What the hell?
That isn't constructive feedback.
Yeah, no, that is so unhealthy. It also seems that she is not... Well, she's definitely not happy in this relationship, and also not in her life, as it seems. But also it feels so, you know, manipulative. That she I don't know what her goal is. Like, she wants him to do... I don't know, more.
She's a macho man. I don't know how else to explain it.
It's just narcissism
but
at
what
best.
Is it about the profession of police officers that you hear so many stories of how toxic they are in their families? Like, I was like, what is it about the profession that we just hear, you know, like police officers having shitty family?
I don't know. I mean, I get it's a tough job, but... I don't know. I don't know.
We should ask a police officer directly
to
know more.
To my defense, you know, that was talking about the parents of my cousins. My uncle is kind of I think he was a police officer. I hope I'm not doing this wrong. Yeah, he works at the police.
Sharing like false information about your family.
No.
Are you sure?
But, and he's an awesome man, so I think it could be, you know, depending on where
we can't generalize, right? But she also, like, the one sentence that triggered me was when he asked, like, for one day so that he can have some alone time, and that she didn't agree with it. That's also such a big red flag, honestly.
Not even that she didn't agree with it, that she got mad about it. I mean, what? Talk to your partner. Okay, let's see the top comments. So, top comment is, you do realize that your wife is bullying you, right? That's all.
Right.
But it's on point. Honestly, it's on point.
Which, you know, also proves that not only men can be assholes, but also women can be assholes. We need to be equal here, you know?
Actually, equality,
Right.
No, but it's kind of refreshing, even though this is a hard story. It's refreshing to having, you know, the other way around.
Exactly.
Like, not the cliche,
and realize that it's not about gender. Like, everyone can be an asshole.
And it's about treating people right and communicating and, you know, putting in the effort in a relationship.
And you know, that's when I ask myself, why do those type of men end up with those type of women? You know, like, I would really want a man on my side who takes care of the children and asks me, like, about my boundaries and how they can, you know, how we can have, like, a healthy relationship or whatever. And
I got that one.
Okay, stop bragging right now. Okay, there are a lot of singles like me that are struggling, so you don't need to say that.
I just have to say that there are men out there.
They exist.
Yeah, and not all of them have to be together with toxic women.
Right.
Just spreading hope, I hope. Okay, but Next comment. Rough. I have read several different posts about wives that are also cops. They start bringing home that toxic mentality from all the other cops. There we have it.
That almost answers the question.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Right.
3 different posts about female cops cheating on their husbands with other cops before I unsubscribed to all the infidelity subreddits. Like 6 months later, that young woman was all on the news for cheating on her husband and having sex with the entire police department while on duty.
Whoa, that is the type of title you would find on Pornhub. Like, oh my god, a police gangbang? Well, that's crazy.
Oh, damn.
So policewomen are, getting on it. They're
well, this post really goes into the bad things, as it appears women cops do. I mean, they continue. Guy in my top golf league found sex toys in his wife's work bag. He had been out for work for a year and was taking care of the house and kids. Apparently that she used it not with him, And then turns out all the cops were making fun of the stay-at-home dad and emasculating him. Wife started an affair with another cop who was a real man.
Oh my god.
See,
that's why you can tell that we women do not know what we want, okay? we want a man that, can take care of the kids, does all the home chores and everything, but also needs to be a real man. Like,
which is defined apparently by not taking care of the kids.
Exactly. Like we want it all. We want it all, and it's just not possible.
That's just a BS. I'm seriously.
Yeah,
it's
definitely,
like, why do you want to be treated bad? Why do you want to be treated less than you're valued? I mean, really?
Oh my god.
And I get it. I also thought that my type is the bad boy type until I realized that the bad boys treat you bad. Yes, shocking, right?
Bad boy.
Shocking. That's when I realized I don't want a bad boy.
Right.
I'd rather take the nerdy ones, the cute ones, the quiet ones,
Hashtag healthy.
Yeah.
Hashtag maybe not what you expected, but better.
Yeah. All this is totally anecdotal, and I'm in no way saying all female cops cheat. I definitely have some new red flags, though. Yeah. Oh, I definitely have some new red flags, though. That's all. But yeah, we can't generalize, but
it
apparently
happens.
It is sometimes a scheme. Like, yeah. But the next comment, I think, sums it up really good, what is happening with the situation in OP. They write, this is it. It's abuse, and it's also hypocritical. And then she just replies to one section that he wrote. When she's home, she doesn't have the bandwidth to be a wife or mother and mostly sits in her computer chair, drinks and watches TikTok. Holding a conversation is impossible. I can see the pain in her eyes anytime she interacts with me. And then they reply to that, this is not okay. You paint a picture of a failing marriage where the wife is increasingly distant and disconnected. Maybe she doesn't like you anymore, or maybe she's just fed up with the family life, or maybe she's mentally overwhelmed with shit at her job. No matter which way it is, do not continue this situation. Change it. Get counseling, try something else, divorce if you must, but do not stay like this indefinitely. You will lose yourself. You will set yourself on fire trying to keep her warm, and it won't work. She doesn't owe you sex, but it's also not okay to intentionally withhold sex as a punishment. Yes. Mm-hmm. Right on point. It's like,
yeah, a very good summary.
Yeah.
Why do we even do these podcasts? There are people doing so many good summaries. Like, so we really need to add something. That would be so funny that our podcast would be all about that. We just agreeing with people's summaries. Like,
yeah, but in the end, I do have to say that's why Reddit is such a cool platform, because people do give great advice, and things like that help people like OP to wake up and realize, this is a failing marriage. And I know our comments aren't as good as those, but we also have to consider that those people had time to sit down and write it and really think about it, and we just react on the go,
reflect on it.
But we're trying to bring out those stories to other people. Maybe this will help someone else because they realize, you know what, I'm in a similar situation, or I know someone that's in this situation. That's true. I think they need a wake-up call.
And what was the question? Is he an asshole or not? Or
No, in this case, it's, True of My Chest is a confession subreddit, so they just want to get it out. They're not actively searching for anything, actually. Also it's not a question, I think.
okay.
But I think they will still probably, or I hope, take it to heart what people write here. And, OP, if you are perchance listening to our podcast, write us an update. What happened?
I would be really interested about
Yeah,
the
I would be
update,
too.
You deserve better, okay?
You do. You deserve someone that actually cherishes the things you do and gives it back to you. And believe me, there are people out there that will give you what you need and deserve, and what your kids deserve too, honestly. Because, those kids also don't have a mother, as it seems. And that's also sad for them, even though I'm happy that they have an awesome dad. But you all deserve more.
You deserve better.
Yeah.